So our next question comes from Ogie. Ogie says, "Hey, Austin and Robert, I love your podcast. I've been a fan of your videos on TikTok before you even started the podcast." Let's freaking go, man. That's awesome. Ogie says, "My question's all about my parents and investing. No matter how much I encourage them to put money in the stock market, they always say it's too risky. They are war refugees and have experienced losing everything in a blink of an eye, so I understand their fear. Right now, they're both 60 years old. They have no mortgage, no debt, no car payment. They've saved over $100,000 in an emergency fund, and on top of that, they have two 401ks with more than $100,000 in each, and my mom has another 401k with $50,000. What is the best way to help them get invested in safer assets so their money can still grow but feel secure? Should I encourage them to roll over their 401ks into a public account that offers a 1% match and then allocate more into treasuries and bonds, or is there a smarter, safer way for them to be positioned at this stage of their life?" So yes, go get that 1% match. Free money is free money. So what I'm seeing here is like, okay, you got 100,000 emergency fund, 300,000 across the other two, and then another 50. So you have $450,000 invested with no mortgage, no debt, no car payment. Amazing. Great place to be at 60 years old. Back to what we were just talking about with KW, right? If this money was invested correctly, it'll double every 7 years, but you're more on the conservative side. So let's just say it goes up by 50% over the next 7 years. So by the time they're in their mid 60s here, we're talking about $500,000 in this account. So yeah, I mean, go put that money over in public, park it in maybe some, treasuries that could be paying 4%, some bond accounts that could be paying 6%. CSHI is an ETF that pays about 5%. BNDI is a bond ETF that pays, I think, about 6 or 7%. Maybe some of these NEOS funds where they see that monthly distribution put to their account, they kind of feel a little bit better about investing and, riding the wave. But listen, here's the deal. You can lead a horse to water, you can't make it drink. And Robert and I go through it all the time with the show. And I went through it all the time with my dad. He was not great with money by any stretch of the imagination. I had to teach him a lot about money. And I think it's called like the baby powder syndrome, right? Where it's like you were putting talcum powder on this baby's butt, giving it a diaper. Now it's telling you how to invest, right? It's like, you don't want to give too much weight to that. So like, I guess what I'm saying is your parents they're their own individuals and they're going to do something or they won't. And you can't get mad at them for not doing something or doing something. They are people too, right? They are people experiencing what it's like to be 60 years old for the first time, just like you're experiencing, your life. And I respect you for wanting to help them. But at the end of the day, give them the tools and resources, educate them, but you can't force them to do anything, and just be there for them when they need you.
Yeah, my main takeaway for this is educate them. If you want to help nudge them, show them the S&P 500 returns over the last 50 years so they can see it in a longer time horizon. They will see that there's ups and downs, and yes, there's volatility, but over time, you're going to make a lot more money by having some money in the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ. Also, look at their emergency fund. Is it just sitting in a checking or a savings account, or is it in a high yield savings account? If it is, that helps because you're going to get 4%. That's going to give you some income as well. But just take baby steps, educate them, and understand that they are at an age group that is much, much different than people from a risk tolerance of today, because 30, 40 years ago, they probably lost money in investment, and since then, they've been scared along the way. So just be tolerant, be patient, educate them, and I'm sure you'll make a big difference for their future.